Well, it would seem there is a generational shift taking place in youth-obsessed Hollywood as Tinseltown is falling for older actresses. Some of entertainment's most sought-after stars are ladies in their 40s and 50s. We're going to hear from an Australian glamour girl who's over 50 shortly. But first, ABC America has more on this change for the ages.
Yep. She's bringing out the big guns.
Aside from being A-list stars, what do Madonna, Nicolette, and Oprah have in common? They're looking red hot in their 40s and 50s and represent an exploding trend of women turning back the hands of time. Corporate America is banking on these more mature celebrities.
Who says you can't look as young as you feel?
Our generation, the baby boomers, have always been the driving force. So wherever we are demanding things to make our life better. And as we start to age, we want advertisers to address our growing needs.
For decades, older women accepted skinny young spokesmodels, but recently backlashed. CoverGirl took note, and 51-year-old Christy Brinkley is back and better than ever. Younger stars are still winning the battle of who's getting the most covers, campaigns, and acting roles. But their 40-plus counterparts are rapidly closing the gap. In 2005, they won about 2 to 3 covers a month over just 1 a month the previous year. Versace looked to Demi Moore and Dior Beauty to Sharon Stone. So in 2006, look for more and more women in their 40s and 50s to rediscover their youth while redefining what it means to look and feel youthful.
There you go, and with more on the way, Hollywood and advertisers have embraced older women. We're joined in the studio by former Miss World Belinda Green and in Melbourne marketing expert Gill Walker. Dangerous territory talking to women about age, but we'll throw caution to the wind this morning. Are the times changing, ladies? Belinda?
Well, I think that in general, they're starting to realise, especially from a marketing and advertising point of view, that we don't want, like someone, I'm 53, don't want a 20-year-old telling me, if you use this cream, you're going to be like me.
Yeah.
It's just, and I think it's an acceptance of people looking a certain way in their 20s, 30s, 40s and 50s, and it's okay to look your age and still be beautiful.
Jill, do you think that's because the baby boomer generation, there are more people, women in their 40s and 50s now than there ever have been, and as Belinda says, we want to be told, you want to be told by someone your own age?
Yes, that's true, and one of the things that marketers must never do is actually lie to boomers. They're a very intelligent group of women, and deceit is probably the worst crime you can do, and no way will they ever believe that a 20-year-old has wrinkles. So that is the crime. Don't put a 20-year-old and talk to me, if I'm in my 50s. I actually appreciate people of similar age talking to me. That's more aspirational.
Jill, there's been some successful campaigns, haven't there? I mean, Twiggy in the UK is doing Marks and Spencer, and they sold out of the things that she was selling.
Yeah. Amazing. Like, here we have someone 56 and looking fantastic and feeling fantastic. I think that's really important. It's not just about the looks. That's only one aspect. And in 2 weeks after the campaign, they sold out of many of the lines, up to 12,000 cardigans. And no, they weren't showing belly buttons. They were showing fashion that, more older women actually preferred. It was a sensational campaign.
They're saying about women in their 40s and 50s that, in your day you had to fight sexism and now the next battle is ageism. Does it feel like a battle, Belinda?
No, I think, well, in some ways it is, because everyone thinks you're meant to look young to be beautiful, as I was saying earlier, but you don't really have to do that. I think now there is a lot more acceptance of, in 50s you are going to have wrinkles or you are going to have grey hair, and obviously we still want to improve ourselves, but it's just more acceptance of being the age we are and not trying to be mutton dressed up as lamb or trying to act or be like a 30-year-old. If you feel healthy and you feel you've got lots of energy and vitality, then you feel brilliant, and you can still feel sensational in 50 and at 60 and so on.
But I wonder, Belinda, whether we're getting a bit carried away, because yes, the women are all that age, but when you see those advertisements for Dior and Versace and if you look at Christy Brinkley they're all shot beautifully, they all look beautiful, but is 50 okay as long as you look like them, if you look 10 years younger than 50?
That's the magic of lighting, I'd say, in that situation. It works wonders, doesn't it? But it's just saying it's okay to, have those lines or whatever it
But
might
is it
be.
okay? Don't they airbrush them all out? And look at Demi Moore and that.
They do airbrush them out. They do airbrush them out, and they cheat. But that's advertising across the board, isn't it? And this is the thing with baby boomers, I suppose, as Jill was saying earlier, they don't want to be lied to. And the thing is, they want, you know, to be real and to be dealt a real sort of product. And I think that we have a large buying power, the baby boomers, and people have to realise that.
So here's a question. Is Christy Brinkley as an impossible a target for a 51-year-old because of, you know, the money and the way she's looked after and all that, as maybe a Britney Spears, forget Britney Spears, Kate Moss, forget Kate Moss, as a, you know, as some top model is in her 20s?
Well, look at, for example, Audrey Hepburn. Now, Audrey Hepburn, you could see how old she was, you could see her age, but you could still see her beauty. Yeah. And I think that that's the sort of thing that should be coming through now, not trying to be, you know, young again. It's about feeling healthy and well and having the vitality and the beauty, you know, come out.
Jill, what do you think? Is there some way to go, or is it, I guess it's an improvement, but is there some way to go?
Well, I think if one of the best campaigns to actually profile is Dove. And what they did is they surveyed thousands of people around the world, women of all ages, and they all said that a woman can be beautiful at any age, and that's whether they were in their 20s, 50s, and there's even a woman in the campaign in their 90s. So congratulations to people like Dove who have got fat, thin, wrinkly, skinny women in the ads, and the popularity of the product is that it is for real women, and real beauty
and Jill,
reflects society.
That's working, isn't it, that campaign?
Yes, definitely. It's now a global campaign, and even in Australia here, I read that they've got 2 of the models that are going to be over 45, so which we'll see this year. So again, congratulations. But overall, marketers in general are missing the opportunity to talk to baby boomers, and what this segment shows is that you can not only use older models in your advertising, but more importantly, market to older women, you know, in your media and in your products, and they're going to buy the products if you relate to them.
Do you think that things have moved along so well because there are powerful women around? There is Oprah, there's Martha Stewart, there's Cheryl Lansing, there's Penny Marshall and Nora Ephron. They're writing parts for women.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Yes.
Yeah. So women have taken control of putting women back in the spotlight.
But there's still so much opportunity. We're still losing so much.
You're a
much
marketing expert. Your company Evergreen specialises in looking after, well, getting work for older people. Have you noticed a discernible shift?
Yes, we have, but again, there's such a lost opportunity. Many of the companies that aren't capitalising on the trend are, you know, fashion companies, automotive companies, grocery, even just retail outlets like we talked about Twiggy. We don't have many icons here, you know, being promoted by the major brands, so the opportunity's there. A lot of our work is done with people in their 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s. And again, all of these people have a valid need to buy products and be advertised to in a way that they appreciate.
I guess the great thing is it works.
Yep.
That's true. They have more discretionary spending than any other generation.
There you go. Fabulous is not about age.
Definitely not. Good news for us all.
Thank you, Jill, for your time this morning. Appreciate your comments. They're very interesting. And Belinda, good luck. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Belinda.
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.